children of all ages, welcome to the #1 virtual fight capital in the world. This is ESFL presenting the ESFL Network, hosting Primetime MMA, one of our affiliate leagues for their 8th card on the ESFL Network. I am your host, play-by-play for the evening, Kingsley, and along to my right is the one, the only, one of the best interviewers in the game today, Mikey Thunderdome. Mikey, how you doing today, man?
Oh man, I am so super excited for this card. I love these affiliate.
I'm doing fantastic. I'm excited to see these fighters coming up. And as Yuri said, these are people that are trying to make their way onto the main card for the ESFL. They want to make their debut. So overall, I'm excited to see it and happy to be here with both of you guys to call some action on good fights, man.
Absolutely. And we have 6 amazing good fights for all of you guys here live on Twitch and on YouTube for Primetime MMA on ESFL Network. I mean, take a look at this fight card. We have our co-main event.
Another fight that I think is going to be just absolutely fun is going to be Alvaro versus the Milky Joe. Man, I've been keeping my eyes on those guys for a minute, and this is something that, both of them obviously want to really take this opportunity and show out, right? So I really think they will. What about you, Omni? How are you feeling about this card, and what fight really sticks out to you?
This being the first time that I'm coming in, I'm kind of unfamiliar with these names, right? But the names, of course, you got to love the name, the Milky Joe. I'm hoping to see this guy go and do some takedowns, and if he doesn't, that's going to make me sad. But there's also AJ's the Pug. I am familiar with him being a part of the AJ's camp on Xbox. I'm excited to see that first fight here tonight. And, of course, Pudgey, man. He's going to go against MTRANXII in the main event. And I'm just excited. I'm going to be a good bystander and enjoying talking about these fights with you guys.
Absolutely. It's going to be an incredible fight card. But speaking of all these incredible fights, our first fight is ready to go, as I think they're in the fighter selection screen. It's going to be AJS the Pug versus Chase Me Fam. And Yuri, when you look at these two competitors, what are they trying to do to make an impact starting off right from the gate?
Yeah, I mean, look, you get tasked with being that card opener, man. It is such a weird feeling, right? It's like you got to really try your best to impress right away. You got to realize it. And hopefully both of these guys come up and they really answer the plate, man, because if they don't, nothing's worse than a sour card opener, right? I think we all hate that. But I got a feeling these two guys are going to go out there to kill. So, yeah, Kingsley, I think this is going to be a perfect card opener, a good appetizer, as they say.
And I think it's going to be in the bantamweight division. I think Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan, a very interesting matchup. Roman, going to you. When you look at this matchup, what do you think Sterling has to do against a powerful striker in Peter Yan?
Yeah, well, I mean, when it's coming down to that, the Aljamain Sterling is going to try their best to get the fight down to the ground as soon as possible. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And the Piotr Jan's going to obviously try and be a really strong pressure boxer, really work the core often and early and try and get that stamina down, because one thing wrestlers love the most is their stamina.
Absolutely. And as we already see this fight going, just a bunch of punches and bunches that we're seeing already. We just saw a moment ago, just a vicious knockdown from the hands of the competitor, as we see in this fight already. The Pug getting a knockdown, very incredible stuff that we're seeing so far. And now a good combination coming out from Sterling. Sterling is trying to find his way back. Chase Me Fan needs to find a way to come back in.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, that was a very, very powerful uppercut. And that's something you can do with Piotr Yan that you can't really do with Aljamain Sterling, right? You can catch him on that entry and really pop him with a huge uppercut. Omni, man, this is looking like a very fast-paced fight, just like I said it would.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is kind of what we saw within the real fight, right? Aljamain Sterling came forward and put that pressure on early, and then Petr Yan picking some good shots here. Petr Yan is, make no mistake, is a completely well-rounded fighter. A great pressure with the Predator perk moving forward. I'd like to see more of that coming from AJ's, the Pug. But hey, man, he's doing pretty good right now, and that rock earlier with that uppercut was magnificent.
And already we're in the thick of the first round, nearing the halfway mark. And nice uppercut landing from Pug. Pug able to just be a nice counterpuncher while we're trying to see the slips. Nice hook. And now into the takedown game for Chase Me Fam, chasing those takedowns and actually succeeding. And now, what do you think he has to do as he gets reversed? You're Mikey, this can't be good for Chase Me Fam after he gets brought to the stand up again.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. Exactly what you want, right? If you're Petr Yan, you want to keep this fight standing. And if you're Aljamain Sterling, if you're Chase Me Fam, you are selling out trying to get that takedown. And we've already seen him wing a couple shots. I'd like to see him ease up just a little bit and be a little more selective with his shot taking, or that stamina is just going to drain gradually. And that's something you don't want in a oh, look at that. It's a real-time fight. So you got to be really careful because that stamina will drain as fast as you know it. Omni, you know when you're in a real-time fight now, what kind of changes your mindset? Because this round's supposed to be over.
I'm a patient man, right? In my stand-up, I'm looking for you to kind of walk into me, and if it's a real-time fight, then I'm making sure that I'm spending my opportunities wisely and not doing that. I don't want to get caught up against the cage right here. He's kind of getting himself cornered. I would be, especially with Petr Yan, I would want to push forward to control the center of the octagon and let you come to me. I really like Bruce Lee's philosophy with that. Kingsley, at this point, man, I mean, I'm thinking, what, Chase got to go for a takedown or something?
Possibly. I mean, with 2 minutes left, he could still take this round, probably try to get in a knockdown again, or at least have some damage to get some momentum going in the second round. But again, just a nice 1 and 2 coming from Pug. And he can't whiff on those kind of strikes. He needs to find his distance right here. And already, just again, Pug doing it such a well job. And now that leg help just knocking him down again. And now he needs to switch his stance. And now this is troubling for Chase Me Fan. But again, gets the takedown. And now he needs to find a way to keep it here. And Mikey, I have to think he needs to find a way to get the posture up and get some damage here.
Yeah, he needs to get into half guard. He needs to really try and progress within Petr Yan's guard, because once you're in it, it's not super dangerous, right? You can kind of play around, you can kind of experiment, and you can kind of try and work up to those top positions without really stressing out on too many submissions. One thing I'm seeing, I really would like to see him try and just be a little less predictable when it comes to his transition fakes and his transition denials. And AJ's the Pug. If not, really try and freak out. You know, don't freak out. Don't try and get this fight back to the feet right away, man. Just play the game a little bit. You won this round. If he's going to try and grind out in full guard and half guard, as we see a beautiful deny, not an easy one to do there, but that can be a lot of danger here. And Omni, man, the grappler, you know, this guy, he knows what he's doing on the ground. What are you doing here?
I mean, honestly, man, if I'm being Petr Yan, I'm doing exactly as you said. I'm being as patient as possible. I'm not doing that. I'm not just going for blind transitions, right? I'm building grappling advantage, and I'm looking to catch my opponent kind of like that. That was a great opportunity he capitalized on. And, yeah, that's exactly what you want to do, man. Stand right up and avoid being on your back. Clearly, there's an advantage for Chase. That's why he picked Aljamain Sterling, we would hope. Oh, that was a nice mix-up right there from both competitors. So, I mean, obviously, especially being Yan against Sterling, you are at a little bit of a disadvantage. So, at this point, really going to be looking to try to, if I'm Chase, get this fight to the ground and maintain a dominant position, get denials, and try to punish my opponent for it, man.
Alrighty, as we end the first round, a little bit of a front kick at the end of the bell right there, a little bit after. But as we take a look at the replays, the leg kicks have been doing some vicious damage on the legs of Chase Me Fan. As we see, 70-65 in favor of AJS the Pug, and 39-24 of significant strikes in favor of him. And you have to think it's only a matter of time before he goes to those leg kicks again. And if there was any kind of momentum that you see there, Mikey, it has to be the takedown offense from Chase Me Fam.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, your legs chewed up, your head health is pretty low, your long-term head health is, so now you got to really try and sell out and get the fight back to the ground. Not freak out, maybe go to a clinch, as we see a beautiful spinning head side kick. The tracking on that strike is so powerful. Kingsley, man, there it is. He's going for that takedown, gets his back. as kind of reiterate your point here, brother, who's in the driver's seat in this fight? Obviously, you could say AJ is, but I'm really liking what Chase Me Fam's doing. He's playing smart, and he's kind of trying to wear down that stamina.
He's definitely not out.
He's definitely not as you were saying. I mean, so far so good. Oh, but again, the distance is just not there. He's getting some good in the rock. He was able to get a good rock in the beginning of the second round, but again, the distance is playing a favor. But Omi, I'll go to you. I mean, so far so good for AJS the Puck to just rebound after those crazy shots. But he's getting hit with some crazy shots right there.
Wow, the commentator's curse, man. Oh my goodness. It's so real, man. It's so real in this game. Now, he doesn't want to do that. Chase right now is mixing up his hard kicks. That was nasty. Oh, man, he's going to continue to push forward. And this is what AJ Pug wants. He wants to make this little bit of space. But honestly, man, I would expect to see more from a Piotr Jan player. I want him to come forward, man, use that Predator perk, get his opponent on his back foot, and start to maintain the center of the octagon. He's allowing himself to get circled. And, I mean, ultimately, he's just playing into the hands of his opponent. This is why he got rocked twice within the first few minutes of the second round. He did get a rock back, but I mean, the guys, I don't think he's using Piotr Jan fully to his capability. I'd like to see a little bit more there. That's an awesome uppercut. I mean, Mikey, at this point, I'm looking at the leg. I'm looking at the head health of Chase. He's looking like he's getting beat up, and his block's getting lower as the time goes on.
Yeah, and one thing I'm noticing, too, to that effort, AJ's Pug's stamina, bro. His stamina is getting kind of low, and I think that's kind of why he's being tentative with his striking and kind of picking his shots. I don't think he wants to gas because, like you said, you're in that real-time block as he's just beating up on him, though. Right?
Damn!
He probably needs to sell out right here and try and get the finish is what I would do and not risk that stamina getting too low. Back to Kingsley.
Close but no cigar that we see another good knockdown, able to rebound from just the constant onslaught. It seems like Chase Fam is going for more home run hits, trying to find a way to open up his opponent, but the leg kicks changing up the levels for Pug has been paying dividends as he goes for a leg kick, not being able to check. And again, those home run hits he's trying to attempt as he's getting closer to the halfway mark of the second round right here. It seems like Pug is just being patient. He's being calm. He knows he's not in immediate danger. As long as he's avoiding the spinning roundhouse, he's able to do what he wants. He's just constantly blocking up and down, getting those leg kicks going. And so far, Chase Fam, he's kind of out of wits right here, Mikey. I mean, he's trying to avoid some of these strikes, but he needs to avoid those trades.
Yeah, I agree with you right there, Kingsley. You got to try and avoid those trades and really kind of hope that the EA developers slipped in that sleeky knee because right now this looks exactly like the real fight in real life, right? Piotr Jan's just beating up on Aljamain Sterling and he gets that Hail Mary. Beautiful. That's exactly what he needs to do. I guess I was trying to make a joke. Just trying to make a joke, right? But the fact of the matter is this guy needs to sell out and get the fight down to the ground. I would attempt to clinch, maybe even try the standing guillotine, because if you're losing, you're losing. You got to try and get the win, Omni.
Yeah, man, totally. I'm not against going for the standing gill. I do wish that it would get nerfed. It is very strong right now. However, I mean, you take a look at this, and now they're back on their feet. So absolutely, man, I'm clinching you. I'm punching you in the body. I'm looking to get takedowns over and over again. I just want to dominate you because at this point, my legs are done. My head health is done. My block is getting lower. Time's running down. We only got 6 minutes left of the fight. It's a real, I'm in danger right now, right? I'm in danger not only to lose decision, but of my health. I mean, I could get knocked out at any point. So, yeah, man, I'm going for grappling. I'm going for clinching. And if I need to, I'm going to go for a submission. Honestly, man, Kingsley.
Oh, the spinning roundhouse landing.
That was beautiful.
Again. As soon as I was going to say, it seemed like he was having a good momentum. But then, a front kick landing. Back and forth we go.
Lovely trade.
Insanity is happening right here. This is a heck of a way to start off our ESFL Network card. And, man, so far we're getting closer.
Another drop.
Oh, my God, another rock.
My
Huge
God.
Rock again, and Pug is trying to find this way to put this fight away, but it might go into the third round. Chase Me Fam. Oh my God.
I love this back and forth.
Maneuvers.
What the hell did I just watch? I don't even know how to score that. I don't know how to score that. I don't. I mean, AJ did way more damage, right? But he got a couple knockdowns himself. I don't know if I'm super comfortable. If I'm tell you what though, if I'm Petr Yan, I am blitzing. Yeah, that's a close round. That's a very close round. If I'm Petr Yan, man, I'm blitzing and trying to get this finish. Omni, who's winning this fight?
Pug is, from what the stats showed, it looks like Pug is winning the fight. It's 79 strikes to 39 strikes. And I tell you, man, that was an awesome straight. And here he goes forward. He is using Petr Yan extremely well right now. Here comes this Predator Perk. He's looking to break the block and good takedown attempt, but denied. He's saying, not today, bro. I'm coming for you. And he's going to keep moving forward here. And if that would be the best bet for him to get this dub right now. But he looks like he's backing up. And now he's just immediately, that's awesome. Planted the feet and timed that straight so well. My God. Yeah, man, I'm thinking wow. Pugsley. Pug is winning this. That's disgusting, bro. He is just cracking this, man, with lovely, lovely mix-up. Kingsley, man, holy crap. This is intense.
It's very intense. I mean, so far, the head health is blinking, but again, every time we get into these octagon battles, I mean, it's always a scary situation. As another rock happens, another knockdown happens. It might be a 10-8 round if it even goes into the judges' scorecards, but that head health blinking, the legs blinking so much. Those uppercuts have been landing, and now it's up to the takedown, but not able to get it. And Pug just takes him down, just sweeps the leg a little bit, and now it's up to, oh man, those legs. They can't take anymore, and there's plenty of time in this real-time clock, and it seems like it's almost Pug's fight to lose.
Oh my gosh, knocks him down with the double jab. I know Petr Yan's strong, but damn. Yeah, like you said, Kingsley, man, it's his fight to lose. Don't think he's going to lose. I think he needs to be smart. But I'm seeing that stamina that he has. I really wouldn't mind if he just went and ripped off a combination. His block is low. His head health is super low. Just rip off a combination, man. You're Petr Yan. Just go be powerful. You know, I think that's what he needs to do. And, you know, there he goes. And really try and jump on him next time. Kind of avoid letting him get back up and jump on him and really go for that finish. Yeah, Omni, I know you kind of have the same idea, though, too.
Absolutely, man. I completely agree with you. That's why I'm like, this is just so intense. But honestly, I'm looking at the clock right now, man. And again, I'm telling you, I'm on, let's go. I'm risking getting knocked out right here because I need to take you down. I'm not trying to get no counter shot. I'm not trying to do nothing. I need to take you down. I need to start ground and pounding you and not letting my legs get destroyed. But that's an awesome 1-2 right there. And he does go for that finish. That looks like it's done. Done.
Yep.
No need there to stop the fight.
Yeah.
AJS the Pug, dominant victory. It was a little shaky in a couple of moments, but able to keep a level head, knock down his opponent multiple times and throughout all the rounds, and able to start the show with a bang and getting the TKO victory. I mean, look at this replay right here. Just a whole summary of how this fight went. Just 1-2, straight in the face, knocking down his opponent along with the leg kicks, gauging his distance to the right benefit, and it was able to get the victory right there. Going to you, Mikey, your thoughts about that whole fight in general.
I mean, that fight was awesome, right? That's exactly what you want. Whenever it comes into, you get your opener. Beautiful, beautiful stuff right there. I'd like to see AJ's Pug kind of really sell out and just kind of be a little more of a blitzing Petr Yan. But hey, thing is, Chase made it hard on him, and that's all you can really do. You got to take moral victories when it comes to stuff like that, right? But yeah, hey, AJ's the Plug, bro. He did a killer job and got the job done. Omni, how'd you feel about that first matchup, bro?
That was intense, man. I really, really enjoyed it. I had a wonderful time with that. Jesus. There was a lot of moments there where Chase came back in the fight. He was throwing unorthodox kicks to the face. You know, saw that spinning back kick right to the face. You saw those front kicks, you know, the switch jump front kicks, man, that many people love to do because it's such a hard read to make. Mm-hmm. He was landing those shots, but AJ's the Pug, man. He started playing really smart, made timing, and he would time his opponent coming in, and that's where we saw the finish come from, right? Because that straight that it landed was a big contributing factor. And when you're being Petr Yan, that is the big factor right there. So I really enjoyed it, man, and no need to stop. I said it already. I'm not going to repeat it. But anyway, that's good. It's good. It was a good fight.
So I hope you guys are buckled up for an incredible rest of the show. But before we even get to many of these other fights, we're going to take a quick, short intermission to make sure we got everything all set up for the rest of the fight. So stay with us. We will be right back. right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. We are ready for our second fight of the evening today. I mean, on ESFL Network Live here on Twitch and on YouTube. Primetime MMA showing one of our affiliate leads. On my right is Mikey. On my left is Ruthless. And we are getting ready for our second fight. I mean, take a look at this second fight right here. TK Sassy versus Love for MMA. Very interesting matchup. I haven't seen much of both of these guys working, but Mikey, when you look at what they're going to be going with, I think they're deciding on the bantamweight division. How do you feel this matchup is going to go?
Yeah, first thing I'm noticing, right, is that MS, right? That ping is just going to be ridiculous. TK Sassy is going to go Dominic Cruz, and we're going to see him go TJ Dillashaw. Right away, wrestling's out the window, right? So you got to go out there and you got to be a striker. Trying to wrestle with that ping is just going to be bananas. Hopefully Sassy's able to sauce it up a little bit with that Dominic Cruz with the signature lunges. It's going to be a good fight. TJ Dillashaw is just going to try and blitz. Omni, how do you feel about this matchup?
I mean, I'm a huge fan of both of these fighters, and I love playing with them. I'd like to disagree a little bit. Not with the, the ping is just absolutely atrocious. But I think that TJ Dillashaw is a snake, right? Snake in the grass, and he likes to pop you with those quick shots, man. I'm somebody that if I pick TJ Dillashaw, I'm letting you walk right into me, and then when you least expect it, there's going to be a high kick that's coming toward, and that'll be my last shot. Just love to set up those punches, but when I'm being Dom Cruz, man, I'm out of your way, man. I'm punching you, and I'm gonna just dance around you, man. I'm gonna use those specialty sways and get out of your face and let you come to me so I can crack you with unorthodox strikes. That's how I love playing, man.
Absolutely. And as we see here, again, this is our second fight of the ESFL Network. TK Sassy in the red gloves uses Dominic Cruz. Love for MMA using TJ Dillashaw in the blue. And already we're seeing a little bit fight in the phone booth, just gauging their distance a little bit. Well, guys, taking a little bit more of a patient approach as we see a nice body shot coming from MMA. MMA trying to find his way, changing up the levels a little bit. Oh, spinning back fist. Not really fully landing, but nice little wrinkle into the game of TK Sassy. TK Sassy trying to play a little bit more of a counterpuncher ass, trying to move in forward when he has opportunities, but letting his opponent sucker him in and hit him with a nice counter strike right there, Mikey.
Yeah, and like you're saying, he's kind of being a counter striker, and that's exactly kind of how you want to play this. It's looking like Love for MMA is going to try and pressure a little bit. I back up, stay behind that black line, man, and just let him come to me and try and use that beautiful Dominic Cruz head movement. I might even consider switching stances here. I'm not 100% sure how comfortable he is out of orthodox or out of southpaw, right? But he's really going for that rear straight, rear kick to the body, and it does a lot of damage because it's to the open side. Maybe consider switching stances and take that away from him, or just block low and try and catch that leg, Omni.
That's a beautiful analysis right there. Absolutely. I'm one of the if I'm picking somebody like a TJ Dillashaw or a Dom Cruz that have pretty decent switch stance, I'm switching it up, and I'm seeing where you're more vulnerable for me to hit you with. And on top of that, that was disgusting. That was a great rock. Absolutely. I agree. I mean, switching up the stances, not only is it going to give a different look to your opponent, but you will relieve that body damage that he just keeps landing. And it's such a simple shot. But that, I'm telling you, it adds up, man. A few more of those and his body's going to get in the red real quick. It's already red, but flashing real quick. Nice front kick right there. Nice front kick
that we're seeing there. 40 seconds left in the first round. We know it kind of gets a little bit dangerous when it winds down because Crazy Strikes might be able to land. As we saw, a nice little pull uppercut from Love for MMA. Love for MMA taking the center of the octagon, trying to gauge his distance a little bit. But again, TK Sassy not trying to push the pedal, trying to use the leg kicks, change up the momentum. Nice little return back and a nice body uppercut from Love for MMA. And I feel like that is the end of the first round. A nice little rock for one of the competitors. But Mikey, I want to know from the replays, who do you think this round is going to go to?
Yeah, they're going to give that round to TK based off of the rock. I think that's just that simple. Omni?
Yeah, man, I agree. It was a beautiful one. I like the sign of respect. That's as funny as that bow is, man. If we actually saw TJ Dillashaw and Dominic Cruz do that in an octagon, I would lose my damn mind. I would. I was for real. Yeah, it would break the internet. They bow to each other. It's like it would become the new custom, the new norm. But right now, he's kind of whiffing right here when it comes to that body kick, so he needs to be careful. But clearly, that was an awesome mix-up. That was awesome, and keep your eye on that, man. For one that did so much head health, and if he's smart, he won't throw it again. Unfortunate, but if he would still continue to go back to the body and mix, that was a brilliant pull counter, Kingsley.
Counter and the uppercut, very huge for Love for MMA. I mean, we saw the head kicks as you were talking about. We saw the head kicks being implemented. We saw the spinning back fist, but then again with the pull counter being the move when they get inside, you don't want to use. Front kick landing into a takedown attempt, and I have to go to you, Mikey. I mean, side control with TJ Dillashaw. Dominic Cruz needs to find a way to get out of the situation and get out of it fast.
Yeah, that was super freaking intelligent. Not really thinking about grappling, and then all of a sudden you get thrown into a turning takedown. I mean, that's very, very genius. Posturing up right here, got to be careful not to get that get up animation. Able to get backside, he's gonna get it. What is he gonna do with it here, though? He's probably gonna do a little bit of posture up damage, and then try your best to try and get one of those. Look at that. He doesn't even need a block half guard. He gets back flat right away. TK Sassy knowing how to do it. Probably posture up, do a little bit of damage right here. Omni, man, this is where you're most comfortable at, right, brother? It looks like he's going to get pounded out if he doesn't block.
Absolutely. My God, man, like you get somebody in this position with this ping and you're able to make some denies. This is the result you're getting. And this is definitely a comeback. He's continuously going left and right. So I would just continue to block, man. Like I would continue to block and try to angle the right analog stick to left or right, depending on where he's going, especially because he continues to flip it. And at this point, I'm transitioning out of this. Yep, good stuff, man. But I need to get out of this, right? Like clearly Dillashaw's beating the crowd and beating me up. We don't want none of that. Yeah, put him in the crucifix right there. But honestly, Kingsley, I mean, this doesn't look very good. I think Sassy's getting beat up right here.
He is going to be with under 1 minute to go, and you have to think Love for MMA. After that, Rock has done a solid job rebounding from the first round and just taking over his opponent as we see the ground and pound, and that's going to do some damage. It's going to look well in the judges' scorecards. He still has 30 seconds. He could probably get another pot shot opportunity. He gets it. No denial on that face. TK Sassy on the brink of a defeat. The head held block gauge being low. 15 seconds left. He might have another chance. He's going for it again. He gets it. Can he finished in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow.
He quit.
Oh, yeah.
The rage quit. I don't any of it. Love for MMA loves to see it as he gets the TKO ground and pound victory against TK Sassy. What an incredible show, incredible rebound from the first round. Mikey, I'll go to you. I mean, good stuff that we've seen from Love for MMA.
Yeah, like I said, bro, that was super intelligent, man. He's trying to lull you into this. Hey, I'm going to strike with you. Let's have some fun, man. Let's have some fun. I'm going to kick your head. I'm going to kick your body. Nope. Getting taken down. You're going to get pounded out in top mount. Man, that was a beautiful game plan. Got the job done. That's all that matters, Omni.
It was vicious, and I enjoyed it. When you can make your opponent rage quit, feel good about yourself. This is the affiliate league, and that's the kind of way that you can get yourself known, is make your opponent frustrated, man. This is not you don't play the way your opponent wants you to play, and clearly he didn't want him to do that. You play to win, and if you do that successfully over and over again, that's how you make your name known. Good job, man. Good job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that we like to see, adapting to what your opponent's doing. I mean, like a lot of people, when you go to the ESFL, you're facing the top of the top, so you want to have like a plan, a B plan, a C plan, and D plan. And the way they was able to just dictate what his opponent was going to be doing in that second round and able to come back and just constantly ground and pound, avoiding those denials, that looks really good in the eyes of like the talent scouts that we see in the ESFL. But man, we are doing so good so far, and we're nearing the halfway point as our third fight is going to be ready to go in the ESFL Network live here on Twitch and on YouTube. It's going to be Alvaro versus the Milky Joe. And Mikey, I know you were looking forward to this fight where we are going to try to get to it soon. Hopefully we'll get that on the screen. But going to you, Mikey, I mean, talk about this matchup. I mean, I feel like you're more excited than anyone about this contest that's coming up.
Yeah, man. Like, look, these two guys like are really solid strikers. I can imagine we're going to see two strikers being selected. I would hope so, or I just look like a total dummy, right? I'm thinking he's going to use a lot of pressure boxing and we're gonna see a pressure boxer versus a counter striker, and that's exactly what's so much fun to watch. Omni, how do you feel about that?
You're hilarious. Oh, that's great. Yeah, man. They're gonna. You hope they pick 2 fighters. You hope. From what I saw, if you pick a striker and another striker, right, and if you have an understanding that your opponent has a weakness within that striking realm, you can really take advantage. Hopefully, we see some of that. I'm excited to see these 2 guys go at it. Lastly, I really am excited to start seeing some more grappling, right? I'm a big fan of the grappling game, and the reason I am is because it's so dominant. And if you have an understanding that you should, grapple, then you should grapple, especially if your opponent can't handle it. But it looks like we have our fight ready at this point, if I'm not mistaken.
It seems like we're about to see if we could see the fire selections. And we have it right there. Leon Edwards being used by the Milky Joe, while we see his opponent, Alvaro, I think going with a Jorge Masvidal, but I think he deselected. Yeah, it will be a Jorge Masvidal versus Leon Edwards. So definitely a lot of fireworks going to this contest. Hopefully we get to see some crazy shots. But, man, I'm super excited. I mean, you guys hit on the head. I mean, these guys are really looking on to put on the show for the ESFL. Hopefully it's going to be good for you guys here on the chat, live here on Twitch and on YouTube. As you see, both referees, one referee, trying to get everything ready. As you see, a sign of respect, touch of gloves. And here we go. Our 3rd fight of the ESFL Network presenting Primetime MMA here in the affiliate leagues. And already we're seeing some blows coming to the center octagon. Not one guy backing up as much, just staying in the center octagon, trying to gauge your distance. As you see, body shot trying to land, but nice leg kick answering from Leon Edwards. But good hooks, good 1-2s. There's a little bit of the back and forth, a little bit of a tenseness that we're seeing right here, Mike.
Yeah, Alvaro needs to not be tentative and just go into Leon Edwards. Maybe utilize that body kick if you're really wanting to be, cautious when you fight. One thing that Milky Joe did a very good job, and I was about to say it, let Alvaro kind of throw some combinations and then kind of pop him with one of those body kicks from southpaw. Man, it's just going to drain so much stamina. If you catch him when he's had just missed a combination, then you're going to do a whole bunch of damage. Alvaro's doing a good job of staying in his face. He needs to continue doing that because you want this to turn into a traditional boxing match. If it's a kickboxing match, you're going to lose that, Omni.
I think that as long as he stays ferocious, right, and like, continues to land in his openings, he'll do just get fine. In the beginning, the Mighty Joe was landing pretty well when it came down to catching his opponent off guard. He landed a good uppercut, just like that. He had landed that earlier. So we want to see. I want to see more from him, right? Like he's throwing these 1-2s. But, why don't you throw a 1-2, move your head, because he continues to, mirror you. He's responding with another 1-2. Move your head, crack him in the face with a straight. So I'm hoping to see that from these guys, a little bit more head movement and maybe some it's a little too fast-paced for me, but I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it.
Already 2 minutes left to go in this first round of our 3rd fight here. Good body shots landing from Milky Joe.
Damn.
Finally, open up his opponent for a knockdown right there. Scoring well in the judges' scorecards and goes for almost a takedown. Brings his opponent down and now just in into a full-mount posture attempt with 1:30 left. And this is where he needs to keep it as the screen goes a little bit red. The head held kind of get a little Alvaro with Jorge Masvidal. Mikey, you don't want to be in this situation if you're Jorge Masvidal.
No, you don't. And one thing that Leon Edwards, as a fighter selection, I didn't get up. His grappling is severely underrated. Especially even in this game, his grappling is underrated. Leon Edwards can grapple with the best of them, and Jorge Masvidal cannot grapple at all. I'd like to see him attempt to do that. Beautiful, beautiful ducking roundhouse. Another thing is Milky Joe's kind of winning this fight on the feet too, so I don't think beautiful goes to body. He just pieces them up. Oh my gosh, gets him in that backside posture up. So much damage can be done here. Got to be careful not to get flipped.
Yeah, he's got 10 seconds to go, and let's see if he can survive. It seems like he's going to do it on me. I mean, good round from Milky Joe, but as it goes to the end, I mean, if you were Alvaro, I mean, you got close to getting finished right there. What do you think you need to do going in the second round right here?
I'm being more patient, man. I'm starting to set my feet. I'm looking for combinations that can start to open you up. I don't want to throw lead body kicks really close, but of course, I'm looking to try to hit you in the body with a nice combination. Go to the body, go to the head, kick you in the leg, see if I can start to open you up. Oh, that was disgusting. He caught him right as he went for a sway there. And you see, and that's the thing too, become more defensive, right? You don't always have to say go, 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 go is what I mentioned last round, but be more defensive if I was being Masvidal at this point.
Sure.
Right now, we're in the thick of the second round right here. Again, Alvaro in the red gloves using Jorge Masvidal.
Nice.
Milky Joe being in top guard position, using Leon Edwards into top mount position. So far, so good. I mean, if he's able to keep this position, he's looking real good. But a good, nice chance for Masvidal to go in a half guard position. He's being a little bit patient, as you said, Omi. But again, these posture ups, these will do damage. The head held can only take so much of a beating. And so far, it seems like the denials have been working so much in his favor. And now back in the top mount position, plenty of time in this whole situation. And so far, so good. Just denying everything into a posture up again. And so far, it's just all been Milky Joe right here, Mike.
Yeah, and exactly that, right? If Milky Joe's going to try and get in the top mount like he has been this entire time on the feet, he needs to do a better job of building up grapple advantage to get there, right? He's obviously wanting to grapple because he would have gotten up a long time ago, right? He needs to build up a little bit of grapple advantage and you can end up staying there. But man, if I'm Alvaro, I need to start faking. You know, he tried to do that get-up transition out of half guard, and I don't know about you guys, but anybody who's grappled a little bit in their career, they kind of lick their lips when someone tries to go for that get-up in half guard, right? Yeah, do a better job of faking and try and keep your opponent guessing. Omni, man, this is looking like a really, really good thing for Milky Joe keeping this fight here, though.
Yeah, man. He's showing that he's very versatile, right? And this is what we're looking for with people that are going into the ESFL. Being versatile. You know, if you're one-dimensional, that's fantastic. If you're great at it, like if you're a great Connor. But this is really interesting. Now he's going for a sub. And let's see if he can keep track of his opponent right here. This is a decently strong sub. It didn't get nerfed too much with the patch, but I think he might get slammed here. It does not. He avoids getting slammed. That's pretty significant. And this bar will start to speed up once we get past a certain point. Now, at this point, it's going to start speeding up. As you can see, his bar is gradually getting larger in the submit side. But in there, he hit that as well, but not enough. He didn't cover it enough. But you see how close that is. That's really close, man. I mean, you can be great in the top mount and inside of posturing up numerous times. But if you get caught with one sub, like this is a terrible position. If this was literally there was more time, you would expect to see a potential rear naked choke right there, and that's devastating in this game, as you know.
And as we in this end of the second round, I mean, it was a close call for Alvaro in the first round, and then it became a close call for Milky Joe. So it seemed like Alvaro has to throw the kitchen sink in this third and final round using a Jorge Masvidal because he kind of needs a finish right here. And already you see him trying to find a fumble, gets rocked with a vicious uppercut. Milky Joe on the warpath. He's smelling blood in the water, gets another uppercut again. It could only be closer and closer to the end, trying to work the body a little bit more, but the punches and bunches, trying to get really close. He's not getting distance well. Head kick landing for Alvaro. Alvaro still has some momentum on his side. He needs to do a little bit more, but every time he trades, he gets rocked. The body will fall. The head will follow soon as he's getting closer and closer into this backside position. Head held, linking, but still able to survive here. And you see Milky Joe, he wants to keep it standing up. He wants to find a way to end this fight standing up, but he needs to watch out for the head. Uppercut landing again. Body overhead.
Damn. That was nasty. That was so good. That was so good. Holy.
Clean as a whistle. Mikey, I have to think you're impressed with that KO in devastation fashion. I mean, take a look at this replay. Oh, we're not even going to take a look. It was so pretty. We can't even take a second look. But Mikey, going through your experience, insane knockout right there.
That was so sick. I loved it when he got out from that backside transition, said, nah, come here, bro. Come here. You're getting knocked out on the feet. And that's exactly what he did, man. He set him up perfectly. That jab overhand combo just knocked him right out. That was beautiful, man. Jorge Masvidal has to be somewhere watching this and just shaking his head, man. That's not how it'll go. That's not how this fight's gonna happen. He knows it. But man, hey, look, beautiful performance there. Milky Joe really set himself up for a lot of success if he can continue on that way. One thing I saw from him, which is very impressive, Leon Edwards grappling, right? He kind of held him down the whole second round and just kind of took the life away from him, man. And whenever he was able to rock him a couple times late in that third round, just set him up perfect for that beautiful overhand, man. That was good stuff. Seriously, good stuff. That's ESFL caliber play right there, going against a very strong character in Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah, man. Ultimately, I love that. If you see that you did really well in the first round after you knocked them down and you're doing well within the stand-up, take him down and start beating him up, man. It's a simple IQ, and then that's going to open you up for things like the overhand, right? Because you notice Khabib does overhands and lands flying knees because he constantly has his opponent think he's going to go for a takedown. It's a great setup. It just because the fact that you can do it. It's the same thing with trying to go for a high kick. We all love it, but no one sets it up, right? But if you listen to Stephen Thompson, he's somebody that is attributed to one of the greatest martial artists right now when it comes to the stand-up, said if you want to get the high kick, you need to set it up by going low. You got to go low to go high, and you got to make it sting. You got to hit them and you got to whip them in the leg, and then when they think that you're going to go low because they don't want that to happen again, you go high, and we've seen it happen time and time again. It's the same with overhands, with takedowns. It's that kind of level of IQ that really can separate you from everybody else. Just being able to make simple reads, and even if you're not making reads, just understand how to fight better than your opponent and know where their weakness is. You can just beat the hell out of them, and that's great.
Yeah, and that's what we've been constantly seeing throughout these fights. I mean, let's take a look at the fight card right here. I mean, we saw someone go for a rock and then instantly go for a takedown. But speaking of all the three fights that we just seen so far, as we were in the halfway mark of Primetime MMA 8 here on the ESFL Network, live here on Twitch and on YouTube, we saw a different kind of styles from all these competitors, but something similar when they were trying to fight for an ESFL chance to get into one of the number cards. I mean, so far, so good for all these crazy competitors. I mean, Mikey, going to you, what fight was the most intriguing one from what you've seen so far?
Yeah, 100%. It was that last one. I seriously think that could be a guy that fights in the ESFL. 100%. That's a guy who could fight in the ESFL. Obviously the card opener was fun. It was a lot of fun to watch. That Petr Yan just doing business, handling business, no problem, right? But yeah, Milky Joe could be an ESFL competitor, and man, I've seen it time and time again with these affiliate league cards. You see somebody, and now that I've had the honor of actually competing in it, you just kind of look at somebody and you just kind of like know, right? But looks like we're getting into the action. It's going to be John Jones versus
I think we are not
Daniel Cormier.
We're not in the card just yet. I think that's something going in the background. We're still talking about the cards. I'll go to you, Omni. I mean, so far, I mean, we still have so many incredible fights coming towards you guys. But Omni, how do you feel about this fight card so far, making your debut in the ESFL network?
It's been a very long time since I'm back. Since it's now being the network after UFC, was with us. I've been really enjoying this card. It's very high pace, a lot of fun. Especially that first fight. It was such an amazing end to that second round. It wasn't supposed to be in real time, but it was, and not bad. And I really enjoyed that Petr Yan pick. He did really well there, and I could see a lot more coming from AJ. It's that AJ Camp is doing pretty well, and the Pug did awesome. I'm excited to see this next fight from Killer Jake. One of my best friends, his name is Jake. So if this guy loses, I'm gonna laugh at him. And then against Swish Biddy, it's gonna be a lot of fun to see. So I'm excited to see what's to come in this main event, right? Because this being my first time back on the network, I enjoy it.
That's great. I mean, we all enjoying it as well. I mean, again, as you said, the main event, co-main event, still up and coming. We still have one more fight to go. But before we even go into the rest of the fight card, I mean, we always have events for you guys here on the ESFL network, on Twitch and on YouTube, where we have all our VODs. So if you ever want to catch up to all the other affiliate leagues like the UFL or IXC or Primetime MMA, just to see what the up-and-comers are doing in the affiliate leagues, we always have these cards on Wednesday nights here on 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then along with that, not just this event, we have 4 other events every single week. This week is a little bit special because on Friday, we're actually going to shift things to the UFC official Twitch channel where they're going to have a Venom Invitational Tournament, which is going to be hosted by Balian, Bruce Lee Robb, and I'm a Boxer, which is going to be amazing. There's going to be a lot of special guests and incredible stuff going into that tournament. And then, as usual, Saturday and Sunday is going to be our ESFL cards where you get to see a title shot on Saturdays and then see the up-and-comers in the ESFL trying to fight for climbing up the ladder when it comes to the ESFL on Sundays. And then along with that, you could go on our YouTube. We have plenty of perks for you guys. Our tier 1 perk, you get camp and ESFL emotes. And then perk 2, you also get a follow from the ESFL social media channel. So a lot of great things, absolutely amazing things. And then also, if you want to support even more, if you want to be a part of this community, just join our Discord. You could join the affiliate league Discords, work your way up the ladder, and try to find your way to possibly fight for the ESFL itself. And maybe we'll get to commentate your fights and say, oh my God, you definitely deserve to be in the ESFL and be for the title. I mean, Mikey, Omi, I know you can just talk more about that. I mean, how incredible an opportunity to be a part of this community and just fight your way up the ladder.
Yeah, there's fighting your way up the ladder. And one thing I'll mention, right, like you get into that Discord and there's so many nice guys in there that'll really like take you under their wing and show you some stuff if you're trying to learn. And another thing too, you mentioned about the YouTube membership program. Dude, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the guy who doesn't know how to play this game very well. I'm talking to the Division 11 who's really getting frustrated. Bro, just become a tier 3 member. Get you some fights with a freaking ESFL champion. You get that, okay? That's something you can get. You can get a fight with an ESFL champion. He's going to show you stuff that you haven't even seen yet because you haven't even gotten to Division 20. And personally, I know what that's like, right? Like I was Division 7 going into Season 4. Now I'm Season 6. I'm Division 20. I'm fighting in the ESFL. I'm not that good, but I'm trying my best, right? But I'll tell you what I did. I supported, I joined the Discord, and I had some people that were really willing to show me some stuff, and man, it was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I know Omni, of course, he can speak dividends when it comes to getting spars in with really, really good players.
Yeah, man. I for one have sparred with the ESFL champions past and present, and I can tell you this, man, from somebody like myself who I definitely consider myself high caliber, it's worth it to get the time in to fight. Did you shake your head? No. How dare you? How dare you, Mikey? How dare you? Did I beat you up before? Anyway, so we went through. Okay. Anyway, but I'm only kidding. So we've gone through and we've learned so much from each other, right? Like I'm somebody that will learn from somebody who just started the game. Maybe they spazzed out and did something I never knew that they were going to do, or they know it. Just always take those learning opportunities. And when you can fight somebody as good as the champion in this, you definitely get better, man. So it's definitely worth it to get to this tier 3. And not only that, when you join to the ESFL Discord and you're involved with the community, people are always down to help you out whenever. I know that's for sure. I've done it numerous times where I've been like, hey, anybody want to spar? And they spar. It's a fun community and it's worth getting involved with. If you're not following, follow. If you're not subscribed and you could, you should. And that's that. That's all I got to say.
Will say I'm a Division 13 guy. I haven't played much, but I'm trying to work my way up there. I mean, you guys would totally whip me. That's why I commentate here, because I want to see all this amazing gameplay that we're going to be seeing. And speaking of amazing gameplay, we're going to get into our next fight, which is going to be Killer Jake going against LFC Swish Biddy. And when we see in this matchup, as we're going to see in the light heavyweight, not light heavyweight, actual heavyweight division. And you see the DC versus John Jones. And Mikey, talk to me about this matchup between DC versus John Jones. When it goes to the matchup, you have to definitely watch out for the range.
Yeah, watch out for the range and watch out for that big belly and Daniel Cormier, the guy who just got 5 stars. I will say, congratulations, Mr. Cormier. You deserved it. Watch out for that stomach, man. Watch out for that body health, because once that starts going, start really going downhill fast, right? And you stop being able to throw those crazy clinch combinations. Omni, how do you feel about this matchup?
I have a difficult time when I fight a good John Jones player when playing as anybody, but I feel more confident when I'm DC. I'm looking to clinch you. I want to do some dirty boxing within the clinch, kind of the same way he knocked out Stipe Miocic, and I want to break that range that you have and do that. I want to go for takedowns. I think this is a great matchup, and it's very high and competitive.
And now we're seeing a competitive style. More one side that we're usually seeing as Killer Jake into John Jones in the red gloves with Swiss being the DC pick, just doing a good job going to side control, just dominating his opponent on the ground so far. And this is plenty of time to just work. If he's able to deny these transitions, it's going to be looking as a good momentum booster for Swiss, as Swiss is just taking this time, being a little bit patient, trying to shore up that grappling fence with some punches. And you see the denials are not coming through. He's just canceling those transitions, but able to be more of a chess match as he gets the posture up. And now let's see if he does more damage. But again, taking the patient approach, not really trying to focus on doing much damage. Now we're back to the stand-up. Now let's see if we see DC try to go for another takedown. But so far, more of a chess match that we're seeing right here, Mike.
Yeah, well, that's the thing whenever you get into a grappling DC versus John Jones. John Jones wants to make it a chess match, right? DC could get up and really just start popping off combos because he's got that punch speed and he's got that punch power. When you're fighting on the feet with John Jones, however, you're really going to want to utilize those kicks.
Oh, wow. Is this over?
It's not going to matter. It's not
And that's it. Oh, my God. Swiss is not here for a long time, but a good time to get the KO victory.
Awesome.
I mean, it was a crazy knockdown into the TKO. We know DC has crazy posture of damage in those hands and able to get the quick victory. I mean, blinking, you miss it. That's what Swiss wants to do. I mean, take a look at this replay. Getting the hook, using a lot of stamina on the
it's a good combo.
Killer J, and look, the pull, boom, left hook landing, getting the knockdown. I mean, incredible stuff. A very quick first round TKO victory from Swiss right there, Mike.
Yeah, whenever it comes to getting knocked down and you're going against DC, that up kick becomes so vital, right? If you don't get that up kick, you're done. You're absolutely done because DC is going to ground and pound, as Habib would say, I'm going to smash your face. Or was that Hamzat? I don't know, one of the two. Said he's going to smash your face, essentially, right? Something's getting smished, of course, right? Yeah, but in a serious note, beautiful stuff right there. What I saw John Jones falling in love with throwing combinations in the pocket with DC, which is just never a good thing. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, hey, I wish I would have seen a little bit more out of the guy because from what I did see, that's, ESFL caliber stuff, man. But that's the thing, dude. You're so good at this game. You get people out of there so fast. You don't get a chance to watch how you really play, right? So, from what I did see, bro, hey, you did it. You got the job done. Drop that application in the ESFL Discord, ! Discord if you're in the Twitch, alongside with the YouTube. People will get you fixed up. Yeah, man, this is good stuff. I can't say much more about it. Good job, bro. You did it. Killed him.
First one of the night.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Tonight. Hopefully more of many, because we still got 2 fights left in this incredible six fight card. And again, it's been so good so far. And I think we're just about ready because we have our final 2 fights ready to go. It is your co-main event of the evening for Primetime MMA here on the ESFL Network, live on Twitch and on YouTube. And it's going to be LFC Ricardo going against NFN Draco. And it's in the featherweight division. Max Holloway going against Volkanovski. And you saw the difference of victories, 12-2. And it going to one man's favor. I mean, Mikey, this is looking to be an interesting matchup for the co-main.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if they've never fought like when the lights are on, but you could throw that record out the window. It doesn't matter. Yeah, when the lights turn on, bro, it's just a completely different story. Volkanovski, and if you're Draco, get this fight down to the ground. Don't fall in love with throwing combinations, but you can. I don't recommend it.
Yeah, it's not the best choice, but you absolutely can do it. I've had victories over strong strikers with striking only with Volkanovski against Max Holloway, 5-star Max Holloway, but it's a tough uphill battle. You're better off just pushing the pace and getting the fight to the ground or going into an area where you have an advantage. That's an awesome That was an awesome little lean body straight right there. That's I'm interested to see if he does that again and if there was a reason he had. That's a nice knee from Ricardo.
And already, this is your co-main event again, guys. Ricardo in the red gloves using Max Holloway, Volkanovski being used by Draco. And already, we're seeing Draco being more of the aggressor. He's taking the strikes. He's using the leg kicks very nicely. And you have to think, oh, but he gets knocked down. Commentator's curse. Ricardo able to get the knockdown. And the body shots landing a lot. It's so far so good for Ricardo right here, Mikey.
Yeah, Draco's not being intelligent with his striking. Beautiful cartwheel kick. I don't know if you guys saw that the other day on one of the Sunday cards. There was a double cartwheel kick. Yeah, check that out. ESFL on the Twitter. Yeah, Draco's not being intelligent with his striking. He's getting in a combination war with Max Holloway. He's having low head health, low short-term head health, and still trying to throw combos with him. It's never going to work out for you. You got to take your time, stick to 1 and 2 combinations, and you could get the job done on the feet. I'd like to see him shoot for a takedown here pretty soon. Omni.
Yeah, man, I agree. No, that's an awesome high. Yeah, right. That's a very good head kick. I'll ask you both, right? Co-main event. It's 3 rounds. You got 3 rounds to prove yourself, and you're going against a 5-star Max Holloway, and you're gonna be looking to clinch, right? You're gonna be looking to do that. Oh, don't get called that up kick, man. I literally will go and just I step in more often than I go for the dive at this point. I don't know about you guys, but like I find it more effective for me to attempt to try to get myself in side control rather than dive into their full guard.
And already, I mean, they're not trying to really go to the ground, but we're seeing some great striking. It's all about Ricardo. Ricardo was trying to use the cartwheel kit, and now he just unveiled that as one of his game plans to use those home run hits. As both guys, we're seeing a bunch of trades and nice combination to get the head help blinking from Draco. Draco, he needs to move forward, but again, these trades are not in his favor. Ricardo doing such a nice job landing those knees into the leg kicks, but a nice check and answers in response with the leg kicks. But the head kick, not really landing. Didn't he have that black gauge all the way low?
Oh my gosh!
Landing, tries to go for a flying knee again, not able to land.
Oh, that's
Ricardo,
wow!
A little suave dance to get him down and knock him out. Incredible scenes from Ricardo in the victory. And now we're seeing people in the back saying, give that guy a contract because he put off a hell of a performance. I mean, Mikey, going to you, as I think we're going to take a look at the replay, just ducking, able to use the left hook. I mean, so close, so present, boom, in the face. I mean, what can you say about that performance?
That replay does not do justice of what this man just did. UFC 4, can we extend the replays for the love of God? Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Yeah, get that guy a contract. Why not? If we get to see that on Saturday and Sunday when when the lights are bright, when everything's on. Yeah, I want to see that guy. I want to see that guy throwing those nasty cartwheel kicks. Using head movement. I'll tell you what it looked like, honest to God. It looked like a guy who said, okay, you're not going to mirror me? That's on you then. Boom, just cartwheel kicks, fun stuff. And then he had the wherewithal to duck that head kick, which probably could have done a little bit of damage, and just beautiful lead hook, and that's it. Night, lights out. Beautiful stuff. Get that guy a contract. Why not? I got Z on Discord. I'm going to DM him about you, bro. Like, you did it. You seriously did it. I'm going to put my neck out for you. You better not get dropped in the first round in the ESFL, but that's on you. Beautiful stuff, Omni, man. How did you feel about that?
That was awesome. I really enjoyed that he was making great reads. He would start to set his feet and then throw shots when he knew his opponent was coming in. That's a very flow state kind of mindset that Bruce Lee talks about that a lot, about that being the most effective strategy when it comes to striking. That's why we see Stephen Thompson constantly circle the back of the cage. I mentioned him again because he's a great example. But overall, I enjoyed it. And the reason he was able to land that cartwheel kick was because he continued to time his opponent's striking and his footwork. One advice I can give you all, and something actually Zayev told me. So this is interesting. He did it to me when I was fighting him. He just stood still. He just stood still one time. I didn't know what to do. This was very new to me. I was like, what is this? What is this alien witchcraft you got going on? And he genuinely told me, he said, you don't know what to do when someone's standing still. So sometimes you just need to calm down and just stand still and let your opponent come to you, man, because as soon as you can do that, the world opens up. Great fight to him, and I agree. Get this man a contract. He did really good there.
Hopefully, we get to see him more in the future. Maybe in the ESFL number cards. Maybe he's done enough in the eyes of the talent scouts. We'll have to see in the future. But guys, I think it's about that time. It is your main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get this
This
party
is
started.
BSD
Ladies and
Pudgey
gentlemen,
going against
this
TK
is Paramount
MTRANXII
Plus.
13.
This is
And
Strokes of Genius,
unfortunately,
beautiful games,
we're seeing.
and
Hopefully, we
one
can get the
shot
fight ready to go.
at
A little bit of technical difficulties. It happens. It's a live production, so sometimes these things happen. But before we even get to the main event, let's just talk about this whole contest. I mean, it's not going to be 3 rounds. It's going to be a 5-round main event. And Mikey, I know, like we've seen this before. 5 rounds, you have to change your whole strategy, and there's a lot of eyes. This is what the whole card was built upon. So, how much of the nerves play into a fight like this?
You said a lot of eyes. I saw iCarly. Seriously, man, when it comes down to this is the main event, right? 5 rounds. This is what everybody says, right? You know, I got to really buckle down. I got to get ready for 5 rounds. You do. I hope these guys did, because if you don't, you're going to be in some serious trouble. Take your time. Don't rush into anything. Be smart. Get the job done, man. Hey, this can mean you getting a contract.
Play it the right way, that quote unquote. Now, do what you have to do to get the dub, man. Just play smart and be calm. So this is going to be a great one to see between these two guys. I love to see the fact that they both picked their fighters right away. This is awesome. Kingsley, bring us into this, man.
And here we go. Herb Dean getting the fighters ready to go. This is your main event of Primetime 8 here on the ESFL Network, live on Twitch and on YouTube. I am your play-by-play commentator, Kingsley. Alongside me is Ruthless Only and Mikey Thunderdome. And already, MTRAN in the red gloves using Dustin Poirier. We also have Pudgey in the blue using Volkanovski. And the kind of different message we saw from the Max Holloway Volkanovski, it might be a little bit of a more of a level playing field, but we're seeing both level changes, both body shots landing at a different kind of pace of what we see here in the main event, as both guys are trading right now in the pocket.
Yeah, well, okay, so look, seriously, if you're Volkanovski, you need to protect that lead leg at all costs. He's got the lowest switch stance in the game. Protect that lead leg. If you can do that and not go crazy with that 5-star lead leg attack, be smart about it. You know, throw it in when you can, because Dustin Poirier's switch stance isn't that great. It's a little bit better than Volkanovski's, obviously. But yeah, I would also be careful if I'm Volkanovski taking this fight to the ground. I'm not sure about this pick. You got to be careful in Dustin's guard. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. You know, he's doing a good job of working the body on me.
He's continuously moving forward right now, and he's getting intercepted with knees. And every time he's gone, and a body uppercut just coming, and he opens up with like a lead or a rear body uppercut, and then he was landing up top. As you were mentioning before, you were talking about the grappling. Here it is, man. I'm a huge fan of this. You definitely should use this as strategy when you're being Volkanovski. I think he's really underrated when it comes to this. You just need to be careful in the guard of somebody like Dustin Poirier, who can sub you. He has the Kimura, he has the arm bars, and on top of that, he's dangerous. He's real dangerous, and that right there you cannot allow to happen. And now he's got his back taken, and he lost his advantage right there, Kingsley. He lost it. He had it, and he lost it.
He had it and lost it, and hopefully we get to see a little bit more striking from these both competitors, trying to find their distance, and we see the combinations flying hot and heavy from MTRAN, but MTRAN, he's using those uppercuts. We saw the takedown before, and he almost ended with that uppercut. That could be detrimental to Pudgey, but Pudgey able to just rebound. He's catching these legs, which is doing a nice job. If he's trying to fight in this phone booth pocket, he needs to use more of those leg kicks to find his way back in. But again, the uppercut seems to be the move of the fight so far, as the uppercut landing and the body in the face. And you have to worry about the stamina, because those knees will be deadly. There has to be a lot of stamina usage, a lot of strategy when it comes to it, because you're not only dealing with 3 rounds. You don't have to win this fight in one single round. You need to find a way to consistently improve on your striking and on your stamina. But so far, so good as we're approaching, as another knee lands again for Pudgey. Excuse me. It was actually MTRANXII. Oh, but a front kick landing. Pudgey actually gets the front kick at the end of the first round. And man, I have to think that has to go to his in his benefit right there, Mikey.
Yeah, he might have stolen the round with that. That's what's nuts. Great round. Careful with your stamina, bro. Careful with your stamina.
Yeah, takedown in a rock can definitely do that for you, but I still think he's getting beat up quite often in the... Like, I would like to see... That's awesome. Great hip toss right there. Great hip toss. Let's see what he does here.
And let's see, he has plenty of time. Only 30 seconds to have elapsed in the second of all 5 rounds. MTRANXII gets out of it. And again, he's in the dusted part here using the red gloves. Pudgey in the blue. Volkanovski, I'm surprised he's not using much of the leg kicks. He checks the leg kick, which is very nice. But again, taking his time. He knows he has a bit of a getting that front kick, has that round in the back possibly. MTRANXII using a front kick of his own, landing in the body again, using to blank out that head health a little bit. And now in the phone booth, being a little bit patient, using those knees to his benefit. MTRANXII does, but MTRANXII needs to watch out for the trades. We don't know like cases, we don't know the stamina, but he's getting pieced up a little bit. And Mikey, he needs to be careful, even though we don't see his stats so far.
Yeah, he's definitely got to be careful, right? Volkanovski at any point in time can just, you know, knock you down with a couple of punches landed. I'd like to see him change levels if he's going to try and keep this fight standing. Work the body down a little bit. I know he's been doing a good job of throwing some knees here and there, but he's got to start throwing some body hooks, you know, mixing a little bit of body uppercuts as we see that leg rock. And that's huge right there. That can mean a lot. If you get Dustin Poirier in a switch stance, you know, his power goes down significantly. Yeah, I'd like to see him work the body though, Omni.
Yeah, man. I as well think his opponent is literally throwing a ton of shots. Also, one thing I would like to see from MTRANXII is start to like, you know, he just kind of is going linearly. He's just going forward. You know what I mean? Start to cut the cage off for your opponent. You see, like right here, you stop moving, and then now your opponent's circling right back into the center of the octagon. Take a step back, especially if you're going to keep this high pace going. Start to mirror your opponent's footwork a little bit and start to engage from a distance. Use that reach advantage that you have. Start to crack him in the legs. Ooh, as I say it, he gets checked and he gets knocked down. Oh, wow.
And you have to think it's only a matter of time before he has to switch his stance. He's finally switching his stance, but goes back to it. Goes back to the interleg out in front. And I wonder if Pudgey recognizes it. Say, if you're going to keep that leg out, I want to make you punished for that. And now he's able to get the knockdown, so he firmly has the confidence. But here comes a takedown, and it will land into side control. And Evidence Low, will he go for a submission right here? He possibly could. Gets it denied, but now posture up, and he lets him up. Interesting decision right there with 25 seconds left in the second round. I mean, Mikey, would you agree with that decision?
Of course not. I don't think anybody would. Maybe he's got some super special combo that he's about to rip off with the last 5 seconds. But, yeah, man, you had him in knee on belly. You didn't throw one strike. Maybe he was looking for that armbar prompt whenever he posture up. I don't know if his stamina was low enough to get it. Man, you got to kind of change your game plan. You got to get this fight down to the ground. I see a very, very mature Volkanovski, right? Like, he realizes he wasn't winning in the first round trading. Took a step back and said, okay, I'm going to throw 1-2s. I'm going to throw single shots. I'm going to throw double shots. Beautiful round. Kingsley, man. Good main event.
A good main event. Again, this is the third round. There's still 2 more rounds if we even need them. But right now, MTRANXII in the red gloves using those knees to find his way back. He gets a nice uppercut, but not really doing enough damage to get the knockdown fully. But again, he's leaving that leg out. That's very damaged, very hurt. Let's see if Pudgey is going to be in the blue gloves. Take advantage. He gets a nice hook. He knows he had the head health very damaged.
Nice.
MTRANXII finds some momentum into a power slam.
That's
down
beautiful.
to the canvas of the octagon. And with a minute, he goes back up. He's not going to be there.
He doesn't care.
He's doing it doesn't get landed on me. I mean, you have to question the ability. I mean, he's doing some good work, but he's not going to the ground. He doesn't want. He wants to keep it standing up right here.
I really don't know why. I mean, you got a double leg. You literally got a power slam from the single right there after a rock. Your opponent's head health, even if you don't even do much, going for some ground and pound there, trying to get a denial is going to do a lot more for you than getting up. right? Getting up is where you got rocked before. Getting up is where you got hurt, just like this. And, and look at that takedown right there. Now you're on the bottom, and this is not where you want to be. Good deny. Let's see what he can do from here.
Yeah, and it seems like this is his worst nightmare. I mean, he was avoiding the ground as much as possible, even when he was having the advantage. And now he has to be a defending position. And now we have a submission attempt right here. And this is where Pudgey could possibly take it. The escape bar is a little bit higher, but we know how quickly this could change into a guillotine attempt. It seems like he's going to be able to get out of it, but will he stay on the ground if he gets out of it? But wait a minute. That is a submit bar is getting very close. I mean, it's possible with
That's
a
what he
chance.
wanted.
Oh, and he will get out of it into top mount position. And as you said, I mean, this is exactly what he wanted. But Mikey, I'll go to you. I mean, with plenty of time, with the bar so low, able to slip, he needs to find a way to survive this round.
Yeah, right out of the frying pan, right back into the fire. Beautiful transitioning, able to work his way into this arm triangle. Maybe he's trying to utilize this to get into side control again.
What are people saying about Zaxby's new signature sandwich?
Beautiful chicken sandwich. Yeah,
So
what I'm
good.
thinking here is, if we're going back into this fight, when I come back into this, I definitely think that he needs to work his way out of top mount, obviously, right? And then try and get up as soon as possible, as we're seeing right back into it. There we go. Kind of cancel this right now. I would say cancel it before it goes back into full guard. He's doing a really good job of being a good submission defender. He's got to work on that submission defense for sure, though, Omni.
Yes, he does. I think perhaps Volkanovski's seen a hole in that. And when we come back, for one, I want a chicken sandwich now, I'm gonna be honest. But for two, when we get back into the action with that fight, I'm excited to see if we get to the point of where he is just controlling where his opponent is, whether it be in the stand-up or whether it be on the ground. Right now we're kind of seeing where he's getting caught with knees to the body. I'm talking about Volkanovski here, and getting caught with a mix-up combination simply because he is practically allowed himself to get put into these situations. And at this point, we're now back to the.
We're still waiting to see. We apologize for technical difficulties. Again, it's a live broadcast. These things happen. We try to roll with the. But so far, going through the whole story of the fight that we've seen so far, we saw MTRANXII. He was getting rocked up a little bit. He was avoiding the ground. He was able to find a way to check those leg kicks. And now, instead of switching his stance to get like less power, but able to survive a little bit more, he's stuck with that whole game plan. And says, you know what? I was able to get a rock. I'm in the ground situation. I mean, Mikey, going to you. I mean, Pudgey was doing the right job, but does he need to be careful if it goes to a fourth round? Because he was able to get rocked. It's not all sand and bugs. I mean, he has the leg health hurt on his opponent and the head health, but he could still get caught by any chance.
Yeah, man, the biggest thing with Dustin Poirier is like, obviously he's a great boxer, but that guy has some crazy submissions. Some say unrightfully so. I think he's a really good submission artist in real life as well. Gotta be careful, man. He's got that nasty little go-go plata out of top mount, and you never know how you can end up in top mount in this game. So you got to be super careful. I get what Omni was trying to say, though, right? Like, go out there and control the rest of this fight. You've got it pretty much won. Now just go out there and win it. And not give Dustin Poirier any time to really react and get back into this matchup, because it can get seriously dangerous.
And we see here a little bit over, he escapes, and we're finally back. But a lot of stamina been used by MTRANXII. MTRANXII not able to get out of the situation. He just needs to survive. But here come the posture up from Pudgey. Pudgey, look at the finish of the fight. The screen is not red, but he used a lot of stamina trying to finish his fight. And you have to think, going for a submission, trying to look good in the judges' scorecards. Oh, but just cancel it. And we will go into the main event rounds. And finally, we got there, but man, it's close. I mean, we saw Pudgey do a lot of work, but it could still be anyone's fight. As we see, look at this power slam from The Rock. I mean, look at this boom into the canvas. Mikey, you have to be impressed about that whole situation.
Yeah, I'd like to see him if he rocks him, though. Keep him down on the ground. Beautiful fight. Championship rounds, brother. Can't beat it.
Yeah, and again, this is your main event of Primetime MMA 8 here on the ESFL Network. Again, MTRANXII in the red gloves into a judo throw. Nice move from Pudgey in the blue gloves using Volkanovski. And now into the side saddle. Omni. Oh, this is a vicious submission. You have to think he might have a chance to end the fight right here.
And he got a denial as well. He got a denial right away. This submission bar could get filled pretty quickly. I'm seeing that escape bar look pretty nice, but all it takes is just a little bit more tracking, and you literally can catch up, as we're kind of seeing right here. We're seeing that submission. He's starting to catch up. This is
a little slip to escape, and he does.
Wow, that was very close. He needs to avoid the ground, man. This is maybe why he kept getting up, even when he got the power slam.
Yeah, it seems like that's just been his kryptonite throughout this whole main event fight. And now in the posture of the screen's not going red. Now it's going red. Now he's in a little bit of danger. And again, Pudgey has plenty of time to just deny, drain that stand a little bit. And now we're just punching in the full mount, non-posture up position, trying to get that grapple advantage up. And right now, just a bunch of a chess match as the posture of just attacking the body. We don't know how the body health is doing, but it might be a little bit close. But he's able to reverse it. Now here we go. It's going to get a little bit interesting here. What can MTRANXII do? Going for the home run. Gets a hit with an uppercut. Gets punished. And now Pudgey with an uppercut. Center of the octagon. Pudgey will win it. There it is. He wins the main event. Pudgey able to rock it out with an uppercut in the center of the octagon to take the main event. Good showing from both competitors, but Pudgey, it was his night.
Pudgey, it was your night. Is 100% accurate. Mr. Kingsley calling it the best as always. Yeah, Pudgey, bro, that was killer. Able to weather a little bit of a storm in that first round, and that's why I deem this as an ESFL caliber performance. Was kind of getting pieced up at the start of things, was able to really turn it around, and like Omni mentioned a little bit before we got into that arm triangles fiasco, really take control of the fight, and that's exactly what he did from that point. He said, you know what, I feel like I'm better than this guy. I know that I'm better than this guy.
Yeah.
Why don't I just go out there and knock him out cold? And that's exactly what he did, man. Ruthless Omni, this has just been so much fun. This card has been amazing. These guys have really shown out, and I get it, man. They really want to join the ESFL, and that's something you don't see. It's kind of like when people say college football is better. It's a better product because these guys are like fighting for their lives. You know, they're fighting for their careers. And that's exactly what I get out of these affiliate league cards. So I'm seeing about 70-something people in the chat. I'm seeing about 50 people in the YouTube chat. Look, guys, you got to realize what you're watching here is special, super special. Host Ninja. I mean, this guy fought for he fought for a championship. I saw him first, you know. You be the guy that saw him first, man. You could tell all your friends in the ESFL Discord and anybody else who talks to the ESFL and be like, yeah, I knew that guy before he got popular.
Tell your parents, tell your brothers, tell your sisters. You saw Host Ninja first. It's beautiful. It was awesome. That was a great card, and it's been really good to make my debut on a card like this. You said I couldn't have said it better myself, Mikey, Kingsley. I mean, ultimately, this is where the proving grounds are. You want to go to the ESFL, you need to show up and show out. And if you don't, well, go back to the drawing board and make it happen. And I'm serious about that too. Like, I mean, this is a game, right? But when you actually put effort and time into this, like we see people here who practice for hours and hours upon days. I stream for hours and hours. And so Kingsley and Mikey putting in time to actually get better at the game. It's because they enjoy it and they're actual MMA fans as well. Yeah. So if you feel like you have the skills to get a part of this and to beat these guys, maybe you're better. Who knows? We don't know who you are. Maybe you are. Maybe you're the next champion of the ESFL. Go ahead and put > Discord inside of the chat right now. On top of that, if you want to actually get some good spars in, you can give a nice tier 3 sub to the ESFL. You get all the great emotes. You get the nice emoticon right next to your name. And on top of that, you get to fight the champion of the ESFL. I had a wonderful time with you guys. You guys are extremely fun to be around. And even though this is virtual, even if it was COVID, it wasn't COVID, I'm pretty sure we'd still do this virtually. But it's still nice to have this conversation with you guys, and I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you being in the rotation of our crew. We know we get to see Crooks probably next week as well. But again, we have 4 events every single week. We start with the affiliate leagues on Wednesday nights on the ESFL network. Fridays, we usually have our multi tournaments on the ESFL channel. But now we're going to have our UFC channel. The UFC is actually going to be partnering with Buzz with the Venom Invitational Tournament. That's going to be on their Twitch channel. So definitely be on the lookout for that this Friday. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, it's the ESFL number cards where we see a championship on the line. And then on Sundays, we see the up-and-comers in the ESFL itself going into battle, trying to make their names for themselves and probably vie for a title shot in the future. So a lot of great things coming your way, especially this week. So definitely be on the lookout on our social medias. We had such a spectacular time watching these cards, talking these cards, and just commenting for you guys here on the chat, here on YouTube and on Twitch. And without further ado, we thank you guys for being here. We will see you guys at the next fight night. So have a good one. Be kind to one another, and we will see you guys at the next fight night. Ciao, guys.
Peace.
Bye.